Hey lovelies, it is Peter here and we are here with Tuesday Thoughts on Wednesday. It was a public holiday here in Australia. It was our celebration of Australia Day, so happy Australia Day everybody. So hence I decided that I would have that little day off, but I didn't want you to miss out on your weekly live with me. So I am popping on today for Tuesday Thoughts on a Wednesday. So here we are. So have you noticed that our challenge this week happens to be recording the number of steps that you have, and the challenge was 5,000. Now some of you already are regular walkers, and I would suspect that a lot of you are already regular walkers and hikers, and so that you are getting lots of steps in. So the 5,000 steps was designed, we decided on the 5,000 was just to encourage those who are starting out to really start to be conscious of where they are as far as the movement in their daily life is concerned. Because, you know, we are sitting quite a bit these days, and the sitting is here to stay, and we need to think of more ways that we can move. And it's one of the things that I've been sharing this week with our 28-day Fueled Up Transformers over in our Insiders group. And so what I want to do is to encourage you to think about the amount of time that you are actually sitting. So one of the things that you can do is just start to track, how long do I sit for? Once you know where you're at as far as sitting is concerned, then what you can do is start to bring in more ways of moving and start to be that little bit more conscious of how many steps that you are getting in. So there's a few different ways to actually track the number of steps that you get in a day. You could count them, you could go very old school, or then you could go old school and wear a pedometer, okay? So I actually do have one of those things. Then you could go to your phone, okay? So you could use your phone, because most smartphones these days have a health tracker on there, so they will track your steps. And so you could use your phone to do that. Or you can go for a wearable and it will actually track the number of steps. But what I want you to be conscious of is not all steps are equal, okay? So steps as in when I'm walking up and down my hallway as an example and putting the clothes away, that might very well be different to the purposeful and intentional steps that I'm doing when I'm out for a walk of a day. Okay, so one of the things is to really just think about when you are tracking your steps, are they intentional, purposeful steps, or are they incidental steps? So if they're incidental, you still want to track them, but you want to know that they're incidental as well too. So any type of movement is going to help move your health and your well-being forward. So if you are someone who is already doing more than 5,000 steps in a day, then I would encourage you to actually commit to doing more steps this week. And I know that, I think it was Leslie who posted up that she was aiming to do 10,000 because she has got out of the habit of doing 10,000 steps. Let me tell you the story about 10,000 steps. Okay, so with 10,000 steps, how it came about was the very first pedometer that was ever developed, and that was out of Japan. And the interpretation of it actually was the name 10,000 steps. So that's how it came about. So there really isn't a lot of science behind the 10,000 steps. Although what I'm seeing now is more research coming out in this area. And here's what it tells us about these 10,000 steps, is that that's there because of our sedentary lifestyle. That's there as that guide to maintain where we're at. Okay, so it's about maintaining. But if, for example, we want to improve our well-being, improve our health, then what we're aiming to do is more than that 10,000 steps. But as I said, you might be starting at 3,000, and that's okay. Just work up from there. So it is all about we're all at different stages and we all want to start where we're at. We don't go out there 100 miles an hour because what happens is we burn out or we get injured. So we want to just take it nice and steady and work from where we are. We call it the baseline, and progress from there. So you want to know what your progression is. Okay, so you always want to be conscious of challenging yourself. So one of the things that I like to do when I'm walking is to use the runner's arms. Okay, so the runner's arms, when I'm doing this, means that I get my heart rate up and it means I move quicker. So it's not just a leisurely walk, although when I'm doing a leisurely walk, it is a leisurely walk. But when I'm doing it to move my health or my fitness forward, then I'm putting in the effort. And that's what this intention and this purpose is all about. So I want you to think about those things as well too. So one of the things that I personally started doing was aiming for 15,000 steps. Okay, so the 15,000 steps is where we want to aim if we want to improve. And so from there, what I've been trying to do is continue to up the ante on that. And so now my average steps in a day are up just over that 20,000 mark. So some days I'm getting 18,600 and something or other, and other days I'm getting 21, 22. So it all sort of like averages out. But that's me. I get up very early in the morning before the sun gets really hot, and I have a little routine, and I just get out there and pound the pavement. Then I come back and actually do my workout. That walk for me is my warm-up. Okay, so it's a warm-up so that I can actually get straight into my strength training and flexibility. So today's challenge, or this week's challenge, is all about hitting 5,000 steps. So if you're not checking on how many steps you're doing, then now's the time to do it. So make it count this week. Put in that little bit of effort and move that little bit more. Monitor how much you're sitting for so that you can be conscious of what that is and be conscious to move that little bit more. And as I said, there's lots of things we can do at our chair to create movement. And it's one of the things I have been sharing with our insiders. And what I might do is maybe just chat about that a little bit in the up and coming weeks as well too, so that you get to find ways that you can move more whilst you're sitting as well too. All right, ladies, that is it for me. Over and out. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you all on the weekend for exercise of the week. And hey, by the way, how many of you have done the spider climbers? Have you done any? Tell me what you've done. Have you done 3 sets of 10? Have you been doing them on a daily basis? Are you doing them with us in the FitFlex studio? Let us know. Tell me. I would love to hear what's been happening with those spider climbers. Okay, so take care. Mwah. See you soon.